there have been a few changes, as you can see. The kind of curved base thing just didn't work, so I've made this stronger support either side, and I'm reasonably happy with that. That's not going to move around too much. The drive mechanism is now in, that's working. Okay, so this is a chain driven system as opposed to the spiral lift, which I was originally going to do. But I thought it'd be quite nice to conceal the balls inside this structure here. So there's a slot, a groove that runs all the way up to the top. So the idea is the ball comes down here and into the frame, and then these prongs come around and pick it up. And then there's a tube inset inside this square box section, which is nice and round, just slightly larger than the dimension of the ball, and then out the top it comes. I did make this kind of interesting looking contraption to take the balls down into the feed there, but it proved to be not very reliable when there were lots of balls, so I decided to go for a bowl, a dish, and I think it sounds quite nice as well. So the idea behind this brain is to show various sort of function and dysfunction that can occur, and I've whittled it down to just a few now. So it's going to show a default healthy brain, stroke, dementia, epilepsy and meditation. So therefore I need to have a series of tracks, and I really wanted to make it interactive so that this lever you could choose between each function. So this is set to healthy, the default. The next one is stroke, dementia, epilepsy and meditation. So it's much like a sort of a handbrake button really. And then there's a cable that runs all the way up to the mechanism at the top, and then on the other side of the frame, running inside the frame on the other side, is a series of lead weights. So the output alternates from one side to the other. So we're currently at healthy at the moment. Stroke, dementia, epilepsy and meditation. If you'll notice that on one side you've got 5 holes and the other side you've got 4 holes, that is because I'm trying to economise and using the same pieces of track where I can to represent different functions. So in this case it means stroke. So it's quite common for people to suffer a stroke in the right side of the brain, which will shut off this brain completely, which means that I don't need that extra track to show that. In fact, it will be diverted to the other side, the other hemisphere. So there is a left and a right hemisphere of the brain. I've designed it so that it all comes apart for transportation, but this structure here, what you can see, is to make it strong so I can weld against it and it will give me support.